So it's 8:46 in the morning. Big news in the NFL. Stephon Diggs just got traded to the Houston Texans from the Buffalo Bills, which means I think that's probably the last big piece we're going to see move until the draft. So let's just do a quick 32 power ranking of all the NFL teams, and we'll come make another video after the draft and so on forth leading into this football season because, man, I miss football. So starting off the list at 32 will be the New England Patriots. Now, Patriot fans, you guys were spoiled for years and years with so many Super Bowl rings with Tom Brady. It's bound time that you guys do a complete rebuild. You guys been kind of doing a rebuild lately, but now there's no more Bill Belichick. You have a new coach. You guys are going to most likely draft a new quarterback. It's complete rebuild time in New England, but I think you guys will have hopefully maybe something to look forward to in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. And now, for the 31st team, I got the Denver Broncos. You guys are in straight tank mode. There's no question about it. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have any star receivers. It's just straight tank. You're going to eat up a lot of dead cap from Russell Wilson. Not a fun time to be a Broncos fan, but if this rebuild goes right, you guys will be set for the future. And hopefully you guys can make a trade up for a quarterback this year or just tank completely for one of the top quarterbacks in next year's draft. In 30th, I have the North Carolina Panthers. Horrible year. CJ. Bryce Young didn't get to develop at all last year. He had no O-line. He had no weapons aside from Adam Thielen, which isn't really much of a weapon. You guys do have Deontay Johnson now, and you should build more around Bryce Young just to see what he can do. And don't give up on him yet. Nobody was going to succeed in that team last year. I don't even think C.J. Stroud would have succeeded there. It was just a complete shit show, and we'll have to see what happens this year. 29, I have the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are tricky because they're a scrappy team, and with Kyler Murray, they actually are kind of dangerous, but they just don't have no star receivers to help out Murray. In my opinion, well, I'm a 49er fan. I don't want you guys to do this, but non-biasedly, you guys should draft Marvin Harrison Jr., give him that elite receiver that he needs, and then just bolster up that defense, and you guys should be solid. But right now, I do have you at 29. Coming in at 28, we have the Tennessee Titans. Basically, this will be a year for you guys to see what you got in Will Levis. He did have some flashes last year and looked really promising. Young quarterback, young team, I think. I haven't really followed you guys, I'm not going to lie. But I know it's not looking good right now over there. 27, we have the Commanders. I've been seeing a lot on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people have been hyping up the Commanders, and I just don't see it. Like, yes, I know you guys have like a lot of cap space, a lot of draft capital, but no real quarterback, no real weapons aside from Terry McLaurin. I don't see the wow factor in the Commanders right now. Maybe you guys will do something that I'm not aware of, but yeah, I just don't see it. Coming in at 26, we do have the New York Giants. Kind of a weird team. You guys were a playoff team one season ago, and then this past season, horrible team. Injuries do have a play for that. But now it's just you guys are kind of in QB purgatory again. You just paid Daniel Jones, but it looks like the team wants to move off of him. And bringing in Drew Lock, I mean, he's not an upgrade from Daniel Jones, but it's definitely someone you want to play if you're trying to tank, quote unquote. But yeah, Giants, I don't know what's going on, man. You lost Saquon to your division rival. I feel it for you guys. And then at 25, we have the New Orleans Saints. Releasing Michael Thomas, that's probably the best move you guys done. You guys are always somehow over the cap. I just don't get how, but I got you guys at 25. 24, we have the Minnesota Vikings. You guys got to make sure you find that right quarterback because if not, Justin Jefferson is out of there, and definitely don't want that. I mean, I think that's all you guys really have holding on to is Justin Jefferson. You got to pay the man, but not only that, you got to find him a quarterback that he wants. So hopefully you guys are listening to his input and you take his input very serious because that is not the player you want to lose on your team. After that, in 23, we had the Chicago Bears. Now, you guys did a really good job building this team around for Caleb Williams. No secret, that's what you guys are getting. You guys had a Keenan Allen. You have DJ Moore. You boosted up so many other positions where he almost is in a good spot where he can succeed. Now it's just up to him to perform. Unfortunately, I do see a lot of Chicago Bear fans are upset about losing Justin Fields. Justin Fields and the Bears were not a match. He didn't have the right coaching staff around him. They never built a team around him. So best of luck to him in Pittsburgh. And hopefully Caleb Williams works out for you guys because if not, heads are going to roll in that front office again. At 22, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. Always coming in kind of good on paper, always underperforming. Looks like Antonio Pierce may be the difference maker for you guys. We will have to wait and see. But as of right now, I just don't really see you guys doing much in the AFC, and especially in your division that you're in. Now coming in at 21, we have the Indianapolis Colts. Your guys' main thing, keep Anthony Richards safe from himself and imposing defenders who are trying to kill him. Keep that man safe. Next up at 20th, I believe. Check my notes. 20th, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. And man, that's pretty disappointing in Jacksonville right now. You guys are getting Eric Armstead, so take care of him. Appreciate him. But Trevor Lawrence hasn't really made that generational leap that he's been hyped up to be. And you can't say that his team wasn't the best last year because he had the same team that he went to the playoffs with. And it's almost like you kind of got to start questioning Trevor Lawrence's ability. I mean, he's still a great quarterback, but a lot of people had him in the MVP consideration before this season started. So something's going on there. And that 2021 draft class is not looking great as quarterback-wise, at least. And at 19, we got the Seattle Sea Chickens. I would have put you guys at 32, but then that list will be unbiased. Not much I got to say. You guys are 19. Probably going to be worse. Coming in at 18, I do have the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now you guys got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. You basically have Russell Wilson and then Russell Wilson is rookie year. They're the exact same players. So we'll see what you guys roll out with. Solid team, as always. Solid coach. You guys are probably still going to get 9 to 10 wins like always. But that division you guys are in is insane. The conference you guys are in is insane. So we'll just see how it goes. The AFC is always a bloodbath. At 17, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Jim Harbaugh is back in the NFL, and to all us Niner fans, he's always going to have a special place in our heart. I would really like to see what he does with the Chargers, but I don't think it's going to be a quick turnaround like he did with the 49ers his first go-around. He really doesn't have much to work with aside from Justin Herbert. So he needs to get some receivers. He needs to get a pretty good running back, and, the Chargers are in good hands. That's definitely for sure. 16, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You guys are basically the same team as last year, and I still see you guys being the same team this year. Only problem is you have some competition in your division now. 15, we got the Los Angeles Rams. Puka Nacua. He is the godsend for my fantasy team last year. But other than that, you guys look like you're reloading pretty well. But you did lose Aaron Donald. I do think that's going to affect your defense in a negative factor, and you guys might have a bit of a drop-off this year. At 14, I have the Cleveland Browns. Here's the thing about the Browns. It's almost like they play better without Deshaun Watson, which is really bad when you have a quarterback who you guaranteed all his contract to. And then Nick Chubb, may he come back in one piece, had a horrific injury, and hopefully he could be the same running back as he was before, but it was nasty. I don't know what's going to happen with the Browns, but you guys were solid last year. You guys had an amazing defense. Hopefully that could carry you guys again. At 13, we have the Atlanta Falcons. I'm buying into the Falcons hype. I'm buying into the Kirk Cousins hype. I think we're going to see big years from Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. The Falcons are going to be really fun to watch, and there's no reason why they shouldn't win the NFC South. At 12, we have the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people probably going to think I should put them lower since they lost Stephon Diggs this morning, but it's still the Bills. It's still Josh Allen. We'll see what they do. Stephon Diggs towards the end of last season wasn't really a big factor in the Bills. I mean, I had him on fantasy. He wasn't a big factor on the Bills, but let's just see what they do. They're still a solid team. They still have Josh Allen. Could be worse, though, at the end of the draft. We'll just have to wait and see. At 11, we have the Miami Dolphins. They still got Tyreek. They still got Tua. They still got Jalen Waddle. They lost some defensive players, so Christian Wilkins being the biggest one. Let's just see what the Dolphins do. They're still going to be a solid team, speedy team, because they got so much speed all over the place. But we'll put them at. And now making into the top 10. At number 10, we have the Dallas Cowboys. You guys should be way higher in this list, but you've made no moves. Supposedly this was the all-in year, but no contract talks with Dak Prescott. It looks like Jerry Jones just might not care no more unless you guys have something crazy planned, but no contract talks with Prescott, no major signings. You guys, I think, only signed one player in free agency. It is not looking good for the all-in season. At 9, we got the Green Bay Packers, and holy shit did this team almost give me a heart attack when I went to the divisional game last season. That game was too close, but besides the point, they have the youngest team in the NFL, I believe, a solid young quarterback, receivers. They're going to be a dangerous powerhouse team, and the battle for the NFC North between them and the Lions is going to be awesome to watch. And yeah, dude, the Packers are back. Now, this is where I get kind of crazy. At number 8, I have the New York Jets. I'm buying into them. They have Aaron Rodgers. If he comes back healthy and everyone just can stay healthy, they should be a very solid team and a very good team. They have players, they have playmakers, they got defensive playmakers. All that matters to them as long as they can keep Aaron Rodgers healthy. Now at 7, kind of same thing like the Jets, is the Bengals. They just need to keep Joe Burrow healthy. Again, weapons all over the place. I don't know how their defense is. I remember playing them. Their defense looked pretty good against us. So they are a good team. They got Joe Burrow. He's a difference maker. And the key there is just keep him healthy. Now at 6, a team who did almost every free agent move you could think of, the Philadelphia Eagles. They made moves to defense, offense. They got Saquon, which is probably their biggest acquisition, and their run game is going to be dangerous. It will be nice to see how they match up with other teams. So they're going to be a crazy team to watch, and they should be up there in the NFC leaderboard. But we'll just have to wait and see. They did lose Jason Kelce, so who knows if the tush push will still be there. Now at 5, and there should be a lot higher, but I just got to wait and see how they perform. The Houston Texans. They just added Stephon Diggs this morning to already loaded offensive roster, a defensive roster who's on point. DeMeco Ryan is cooking there, and I honestly think he will be in the AFC Championship game this season coming up. We'll have to wait and see because, there's always the sophomore slumps, but man, that team looks scary, and I would hate to be playing them in the playoffs. Another young and up-and-coming team is the Lions. I have them at 5. They gave my 49ers a run for the money in the NFC Championship game. Damn near almost broke my heart. I thought we were going to get blown out, but then we came back. But they have a really good team, young players. They're only going to continue to get better. I think their biggest issue is Dan Campbell needs to stop gambling so bad on those 4th down moves because they work out, but I think he learned in the playoffs isn't the best thing to just go for it every single time. And at 3, this one could be hit or miss. I got the Baltimore Ravens. They added Derrick Henry, so their run game is going to be insanely good, but they did lose a lot of defensive players, so we'll just see if they can make up for it in the draft or if other backup players can step up. I have him at 3 just because it's Lamar Jackson. He is really good. He made me a believer last year. I was not a Lamar believer, but now I'm a Lamar believer. And at 2, my San Francisco 49ers, pending a potential Brandon Ayuk trade. Everyone's coming back. Everyone should be coming back healthy. We going to get Hufanga back. Kittle and Chardavius Ward has some banged up injuries that they fixed over the offseason. And we should be back, and hopefully we continue the momentum. And we got to get the Super Bowl already because that window will be closing eventually. It's not going to stay open forever, even though I do have faith in John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. A lot of players' contracts are eventually going to come up after the season, Brock Purdy being the main one. So we just got to, buckle down, and hopefully we win it all because I'm literally losing years off my life going crazy over this team. And number 1, to no one's surprise, they are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, back-to-back champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. We literally thought they were cooked. We thought they were done. We wrote them off. There was a point in the season where it looked like the Broncos or the Raiders were going to win the AFC West. And then somehow the Chiefs went no receivers, a bunch of Walmart baggers, ended up winning the Super Bowl. So hats off to the Chiefs. Not giving credit to the Swifties. They came at me on TikTok. If you know, you know. But hey, those are my NFL Power Rankings pre-draft edition. I will come back and revisit this after the draft to see where I think kind of teams stand and to see if any other major trades were made. Again, if you like this video, leave a comment, share it. I'm trying to build up my YouTube presence. But talk to you guys later.